Hey, que la que hay, mi amigo? Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down four very important verbs. I'm going to be showing you the conjugations for these verbs. I've been getting a lot of questions from students asking me, can I do some conjugation videos because they need help with conjugation? And some people gave me a few verbs they wanted to have help with. And I picked out the top four verbs that I think are most common in the language use and our conversations that we have with people. So we're going to dial in on those four verbs. Now, if you see the title of the video, then you already know those four verbs. We will be covering ser, estar, tener, and ir. All right, so we will be covering the conjugation, the past, present, and future tense of each of those verbs. Now, obviously, this would be difficult to do if I was just talking on screen. So today, I will be sharing with you the screen on my laptop so that we can kind of go through. I've kind of set up a little presentation for you that can help you follow along with this pretty much presentation or with this video. And also in the comments, I will put a link for you where you can download these slides so you can walk through this with me and you can have the slides forever. So it can kind of be your cheat sheet for conjugations, at least for the past, present, and future tense of these four very important verbs. So without further ado, take a look at my screen right now. So ser to the present tense, yo soy, so I am. Again, ser is the verb to be, so you have yo soy, I am. Tú eres, él, ella, usted es, he, she, and you, the usted form, are, or he, she is. He is, she is, you are. Nosotros somos, so we are. Ellos, ellas son, they are. Ustedes son, so y'all are, you guys are. All right, so that's the present tense. Ser, very easy. I'm sure everybody's gone through the present tense. So now we're going to look at the preterite tense, or this is the past tense, but it's the preterite past. So this is used for yo fui, so like I was. Tú fuiste, él, ella, usted fue. Nosotros fuimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes fueron. Okay, so yo fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. And you're gonna start to notice patterns in some of these verbs. Now we move to the imperfect tense. Now remember, the imperfect tense is like I used to be. So you would use this, yo era. So you would also use this if you were telling a story like when I was 5 years old, I used to do this. That's when you would use more of the imperfect form or the imperfect tense. So cuando yo era, all right, cuando yo era, then that's when cuando yo era niño, then you can kind of get into that, all right. Cuando yo era niño, me gustaba jugar baloncesto. So when I was a kid, I liked to play basketball. So era, tú eras, él era, ella era, usted era, nosotros éramos, ellos, ellas, ustedes eran. All right? So remember, era, this is pretty easy because it's just era, eras, era, éramos, eran. Pretty simple once you get the hang of it, all right? But remember, it would be I used to be, you used to be, él, ella, usted used to be, nosotros, we used to be, ellos, ellas, ustedes used to be. Now, it doesn't always mean used to be, as I just showed you when I said cuando yo era niño. That was like when I was a kid. That's how it would really translate, but it means when I used to be a kid. But whenever you're telling stories, a lot of times you're going to use the imperfect form. When you're talking about which you used to be, you will always use the imperfect form in general. So it's kind of one of those verbs, one of those tenses you really need to study the preterite and the imperfect to know the difference. And again, maybe I'll do a different video on when to use the preterite versus when to use the imperfect. But in this video, I just want to really focus in on the actual conjugations for each verb. All right. So now we're going to get into the future tense. So we have yo seré, tú serás, él será, ella será, usted será, nosotros seremos, ellos, ellas, ustedes serán. So ellos serán, ellas serán, ustedes serán. So this means I will be. All right, so I will be, yo seré, I will be. Un día seré presidente. One day I will be the president. All right, tú serás, you will be, él, ella, he or she will be. Usted, remember, is the formal tense of you. So usted será, saying you will be, but informal. In a formal term, not informal, informal, two separate words there. Nosotros seremos, we will be. Ellos, ellas, they will be. Ustedes, y'all will be. All right? You guys will be. Now let's move to the other future tense, and I've done a video on this, and I recommend this form, especially if you're a beginner. I wouldn't even worry about that future tense that I just went over. I would stick to the ir plus the infinitive because it doesn't require you to learn as much conjugation. All you have to do is learn the conjugation of ir, and then you can talk in the future tense. And lucky you, we're going to be covering ir in a second. But so yo voy a hacer. Now the difference between this is me saying I am going to be versus I will be. So it literally means the same thing as the last tense, but it's just you don't have to worry about as many conjugations. You simply say voy, and then you just add the verb, or infinitive as they say. So yo voy a hacer, I am going to be. Tú vas a hacer, you are going to be. Él va a hacer, ella va a hacer, usted va a hacer. Okay, nosotros vamos a hacer, so we are going to be. Ellos, they are going to be. Ellos van a hacer, ellas van a hacer, ustedes van a hacer. All right, now that pretty much covers ser. So we've done 5 tenses for ser, and we're going to do 5 tenses for each verb. So we've done the regular present. We've done the preterite, preterito. We've done imperfecto, the imperfect. We've also done the futuro, the future tense, and we've done the ir plus the infinitive, the ir a plus the infinitive. So next verb we're going to move to is estar. So now we're going to cover estar. Present tense, yo estoy, I am. Now remember, refer back to my video estar versus ser, so you know the difference between when to say I am, yo soy, and I am, yo estoy. So watch that video, pay attention to that. Yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes están. All right? So estoy, estás, está, estamos, están. You should be starting to see patterns if you've been practicing your AR conjugation verbs, then or conjugating your AR verbs, then you will start to see some patterns. So next we have the past tense, the preterite tense. Yo estuve, so I was. Tú estuviste, you were. Él estuvo, ella estuvo, usted estuvo, nosotros estuvimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes estuvieron. All right, so again, this is the preterite tense. This is I was. So yesterday, you could say, yesterday estuve en la tienda cuando ella me llamó. So yesterday I was in the store when she called me. So it's like a one-time thing, like I was there. So next we're going to cover the imperfect tense of estar. So estaba, so this is again used to be form. So cuando yo estaba, so yo estaba, tú estabas, él estaba, ella estaba, usted estaba, nosotros estábamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes estaban. So again, I want to do a video of discussing the difference between the preterite and the imperfect because I think it's important to know when you should use each one, and I don't have the time to really explain it in this video because I really want to just cover these conjugations. So now let's cover the future tense of estar, estaré, estarás, estará, estaremos, estarán. All right, so this is I will be, you will be, he will be, we will be, they will be, or y'all will be in the future. Now, just to give you a quick example, so I could say, now I would say, like, if I say I will be the president, like I said in the last example for ser, yo seré presidente. So I will be the president. Now, whenever I'm talking about kind of what I am, like personality or something, or occupation, I use ser. And I've covered this in the ser versus star video. But if I'm going to say like I will be in the store, estaré en la tienda mañana, then I will be in the store. I wouldn't say seré en la tienda mañana. Estaré, because estar we talk about more of location and stuff. So that's just a quick difference of when to use seré, estaré. But again, that's the future tense of estar. Now let's go to the ir plus the infinitive. Yo voy a estar. I am going to be. So yo voy a estar en la tienda mañana. Tú vas a estar. Él, ella, usted va a estar. Nosotros vamos a estar. Ellos, ellas, ustedes van a estar. All right? So we've knocked out ser, we've knocked out estar. So we've knocked out the verbs to be. Now let's move to ir. Let's talk about, ir. Let's talk about the verb to go. All right? So you already have seen the present tense with the ir plus the infinitive. But again, we'll cover the present tense of the verb ir. Yo voy. So I go, tú vas, you go, él va, ella va, usted va, nosotros vamos, we go, ellos, ellas, ustedes van. So, you could, this present tense means I go or I am going. So you can say yo voy a la tienda can mean I go to the store or I'm going to the store, same thing. So yo voy para la tienda, yo voy para la escuela, tú vas para la playa. So that's how you would use that. All right. You're going or you go. Now the preterite tense, I went, yo fui, you went, tú fuiste, él, ella, usted fue, nosotros fuimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes fueron. Now remember, this preterite tense is the same as the ser preterite tense. So don't get those two mixed up. You essentially would say I was, yo fui, and you would say I went, yo fui. So it would be the same thing. So again, it can get confusing at times, but you just got to learn when to use each one. All right, now the imperfect, iba, ibas. So this is like I used to go. So iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, iban. All right, yo iba, tú ibas, él iba, ella iba, usted iba, nosotros íbamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes iban. Now notice that little tilde on the íbamos. So it's not, so you put the emphasis on that íbamos, okay? Íbamos, all right? So it's not íbamos, it's íbamos. Now let's look at the future tense. So this is I will go, yo iré, tú irás, él irá, ella irá, usted irá, nosotros iremos, so we will go, ellos, ellas, ustedes irán. All right? Now, this ir plus infinitive plus ir, you don't really need, because you don't have to say yo voy a ir. That's saying I'm going to go. So you could say I'm going to go to the store, yo voy a ir a la tienda, or para la tienda, yo voy a ir para la tienda, or you could just say yo voy para la tienda. So this one, you don't really need the ir plus the infinitive with the actual verb ir, but you could say yo voy a ir, tú vas a ir, él, ella, usted va a ir, nosotros vamos a ir, ellos, ellas, ustedes van a ir. All right? Now the last verb we are going to cover is tener. Tener is a very important verb. We always say I have this, you have that. Tener, like it's one of the most popular words that you will be using, or that you at least need to know. Remember, you also use the verb tener when you are saying how old you are. So keep that in mind. So present tense of tener, yo tengo, tú tienes, él tiene, ella tiene, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, ellas, ellos, ustedes tienen. So I have, yo tengo, you have, tú tienes, él, ella, so he or she has, tiene, you have in the formal tense, usted tiene, we have, nosotros tenemos, ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. That means they have or you guys have. All right, now let's look at the preterite. Yo tuve, tú tuviste, él tuvo, ella tuvo, usted tuvo, nosotros tuvimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes tuvieron. So I had, tuve, tú tuviste, you had, él, ella tuvo, he or she had, usted tuvo, you had, nosotros tuvimos, we had, ellos, ellas, ustedes tuvieron, they had or you guys had. Preterite tense. Now let's look at the imperfect used to have. So yo tenía, tú tenías, él, ella, usted tenía, nosotros teníamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes tenían. All right, so I used to have, you used to have, he or she used to have, we used to have, they used to have. Now let's cover the future tense. Now pay attention because it changes here. The verb changes, and you can see at the end, it's not teneré, it's not tenerás, it's tendré, tendrás, tendrá, tendremos, tendrán. So that main phrase becomes tend with the D on the end. Tendré, tendrás. So I will have, yo tendré, tú tendrás, you will have, él, ella tendrá, usted tendrá, nosotros tendremos, ellos, ellas, ustedes tendrán. So you guys will have. And then of course we have the ir plus the infinitive. Yo voy a tener, tú vas a tener, él, ella, usted va a tener, nosotros vamos a tener, ellos, ellas, ustedes van a tener. So I am going to have, you are going to have, he is going to have, she is going to have, you, formal, are going to have, nosotros vamos a tener, we are going to have, ellos, ellas, ustedes van a tener, they are going to have, you guys are going to have. So as you can see, the ir plus the infinitive is much easier, especially like with verbs like tener. Instead of having to remember, oh, tendré, tendrás, learning that you have to change that verb, you could just say, yo voy a tener, tú vas a tener. And that's why I recommended heavily in that video that you learn the ir plus the infinitive. But that was a quick breakdown of all the verbs. Well, not all the verbs, but the four very important verbs on 5 different tenses so that you can practice those. Again, you can download these slides for you. Just click the link in the comments and then just enter your email and first name and I will send it to your email. You can download it. You can keep it forever. This can help you in school. This can help you when you're traveling. And yeah, pretty much it's going to help you master these tenses. These tenses are very, very important. And again, pay attention to the differences between estar and ser, because when you use them in the present, it's going to be the same thing of in the past. So if you use ser for occupation and for a personality and stuff, then you're going to use that for the future. You're going to use that for the present. You're going to use that for the past. Now, if you use it for like location or state of being, current state of being for estar, then how you say that in the present is also going to be, you're going to use estar in the past and in the future and all that. And again, so yeah, practice that. I'll also do a future video on the preterite versus the imperfect because I'm sure I'll get some questions about when to use it. But just keep this in mind. For the most part, a rule of thumb, it's not perfect every time, but a general rule of thumb is if you're talking about a one-time thing, you'll use the preterite. So this happened, that happened, you went, you said yesterday, you know, she said yesterday, just one time, you would use the preterite tense. But when you're talking about something that happened over and over again, or you're talking about something you used to do, then you would use the imperfect. Again, that's a general rule of thumb. I'm sure that rule can be broken at different times, but for the most part, try to keep that general rule in your mind, and you should be good on those. And then last but not least, again, watch the ir plus the infinitive video. If you're struggling trying to learn the future tense can be difficult at times because the verbs change. They tend to change, for example, with the verb tener. You'll also see that happen with verbs like salir. Many other verbs. It changes when you get to the future. So instead of trying to memorize all those different tenses, just use the ir plus the infinitive. And I think that will help you with the future tense. But in general, I hope you found this video helpful. Again, download these slides by clicking the link in the comments, and I'll send those to you so that you can practice whenever you want. You can have this little cheat sheet by your side whenever you want. Also, if you enjoyed the video, let me know that. Hit the like button to let me know. Comment below. Let me know what else you need help with. I create these videos for you to help you out. And of course, if you like the channel, if you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I will see you then.